everyone, my name is Heidi and I'm coming to you from sunny Florida where I live with my significant other Bill. Today is October 9th and this is episode 42. A warm welcome to all my returning viewers, and if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like this episode, I'd love it if you click the like button and subscribe to my channel so you can see all my adventures with the crafty world. So if you'd like to find me other than YouTube, I'm also on Instagram and Ralphie as Yarned Heidi. Everything I'll talk about today will be listed down below in the description box. And if you want to comment about anything, feel free. I'm an open book. I'll talk about almost anything. So let's get started. Today, I'm going to be talking about knitting and a little bit of cross stitch and a little bit of crochet. So let's get moving. Let's move on to our finished objects. Okay, I am so happy to tell you about my first finished object, and I am wearing it. I am so excited about this one because it is my favorite one that I've made so far. I've knit some sweaters in the past and never really thrilled about it. Excuse me. So this is called the Knus sweater, and I'll stand up and show it to you as best as I could. Okay, and let me see if I can put the camera down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and the top, and I'll show a little bit of the back, whatever you can see. I'm not sure. I don't have eyes behind my head. So let me tell you about my adventures with this sweater. Let me just fix the camera a little bit. Okay, so this is, let me just tell you first, it's the Knus sweater by Elizabeth Judith, and the yarn is Circulo and the Anne base, and the colorway, I'm not sure if there's a color, it's just a number. Okay, and I used size 4 for this sweater. I didn't write it down, I don't know why. So let me start with my adventures. If you're new, I'll just be brief about it. I wanted to do this sweater because a lot of the people in the knitting shop were doing it, and I really loved it. I loved this yoke. It's so beautiful, and it looked complicated, but I said, if they're all doing it, let me try it. So they did it in this yarn, different colors. And I said, oh, I put the blue up against me. It looks so pretty. Why not? So with almost anything this day, except for a shawl or a cowl, I check a gauge now, and with including this one. And when I checked the gauge, it was so big. And I was like, this is not going to work. Let me tell you about gauge and it with my experience. I truly believe you should check your gauge, even though your gauge is point on. You got to remember that with a pattern, the designer uses a certain yarn, and certain yarns play differently when you knit or crochet them up. So even though this is what their gauge is, your yarn might not come out, it might be slightly thicker, the content might be different, and you'll do it might come out different. And if it comes out same as the designer, perfect, then you know. So with gauge, I did this and it was so big. Now, with my gauge, I'm a continental knitter. It's not always consistent. A lot of times it's loose. So I don't have much trust in the gauge, but I'll tell you this. It did come out too big, and I was like, this is never going to be the size that I really should be according to this pattern. So at least, even if my gauge isn't point on with the designer, it at least tells me that it is way off. And that is something, because if I did not check my gauge, I would have just gone right to my size, and it would have been tremendous. So even though my gauge isn't what theirs is, and it, as people say, gauges lie, and sometimes it does, like with mine, according to the pattern, I still have an idea that this is going to be too big. So I said, okay, it's way too big. I'm going to go down 2 sizes. And I did not check the gauge after 2 sizes, because after 2 sizes down, there was another size. I would have done math, and I said that would not work if I have to do all this kind of math. So anyway, I'm going to take my drink. So I did it 2 sizes down, and in this case, it's like a size 1 on this sweater. So I did this beautiful yoke. It's a paid-for pattern, so I'm not going to tell you too much. And it was really not hard at all, and her pattern is written so beautifully. I would say this is like for an advanced beginner type sweater. So anyway, I did the yoke for the lowest size on the pattern. So then I split for sleeves. After I did that, I did a few rows, and I said the yoke felt great, but then it was getting snug. So I said to so I talked to other people, and they said, why don't you do another, why don't you block it to see if the yarn shrunk or anything like that. So, or grew. Sometimes yarn grows, depending. So I put it on some kind of tubing, and I blocked it, and there was no difference. So I said, I could either change my needle sizes, and I really did not want to go up a needle size because I don't want my work to be holier. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the next size at this point, and I'm going to keep my needle size the same, and I'm going to increase to the next size. And with Knit Companion, they tell you how you can increase evenly. They have a formula that you put in, hardly any math. I don't have to do anything. I just have to give the numbers, and boom, it told me how much to increase across. So I did that. So I said, well, and I put in a lifeline because just in case it's still too tight, I could take out that lifeline from where I was. I don't have to rip all the way back to the beginning to start a sweater. I can just put a lifeline in, and if it's too big or too small, I can go back to that lifeline, and I won't lose my whole sweater. I'll just go back to where the sleeves are. Fine. So anyway, the key to all of this is what I'm trying to say is check your gauge and see at least where you're at. If you're too big, too small, then you know you have to change sizes or your needles, whatever you prefer. And the other thing is try on. Keep trying on. I think I tried on this thing 6 times. The yoke, after the yoke, I'd go down a few more inches. I tried on. I said, it's looking good. After a few more inches, tried on. And then after all this trying on, I wanted to see where I'm at for the ribbing. So everything was looking great, and I said, I measured from my armhole to the beginning of where I want the ribbing. And with the ribbing, I do want it like past my belly button. I really can't show it, but I want it past the belly button, like a couple of inches below the belly button. So that's where I wanted my ribbing. So that I kept trying on, and that worked out great. And I'm trying to fix my camera. And the measurement for I'm short-waisted, from the armhole, the bottom of the armhole to beginning of the ribbing was 9.5 inches. I'm very short-waisted. So that's kind of good. By the time I tried on and did everything, it was 9.5 inches. So I did my ribbing, and I think I just did a standard, I don't know if it was 1x1 or 2x2. Looks like 1x1 ribbing. So that was that. And then at the end, I did not want to do a standard bind off. I wanted to do a tubular bind off, which has like a neater look to it and a tighter look. Even though it is a loose bind off, but it's so pretty. I did it on the sleeves. You really can't see the bind off, and I did it on the bottom of the ribbing. And I have to tell you, this is my second time doing a tubular bind off. That is no joke. It takes so long to do it. I followed the Stephen West tutorial, and that was good. But the next time I saw the crazy sock lady have like a sewn bind off, and hers looked easier than what I did. So next time I'm gonna look at hers and try it out, because this took like 3 hours to bind off, just by doing a tubular bind off. But it's so worth it. It is a beautiful bind off. So that's it. Anything else I have to tell you about this? Nope, that I pretty much did everything in pattern, well, the tubular bind off, you can say you could either do a regular bind off or a sewn bind off. So that's what I chose. And you know what? Doing these sweaters, I keep learning and learning. Now I learned another thing. I put in that lifeline. And when I was done with the whole sweater, I said, okay, time to take off the lifeline. But now I know to be very careful because I yanked out that lifeline. That was not a smart move because it stretched out the stitches and I saw the line of where the lifeline went in. Like I saw like a little stretched out area. So after I did block it and I tried to get that out somewhat, and it's still there if I look at it closely. So if you put in a lifeline, do not just yank it out like that. No good. I should have just maybe even cut in the middle of it and just slowly pulled it out. That so it doesn't stretch out the stitches. Lesson learned. Do not ever do that again. So that's what I love about learning new patterns, talking to other people. You really learn, and I'm getting better because this sweater, I'm loving it. Can't see it that great there. Maybe there's a little bit better. I don't know. This camera is not working with me today. It's flip-flopping. It's going all over the place. I don't know. So anyway, I am done with this. Let's go on to the next finished object. Okay, the next one is a pair of DK socks. This is them. This is the first time I am doing DK socks, and everybody that has done them has said, oh, they fly off the needles, and you guys are so right. So this is Kay Litton's from the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern. It's just her vanilla DK weight socks. And the yarn that I used is Tia's Terrific Threads. Let me see her base. It's the it's a Splendid DK base. I did it on Magic Loop and size 3. When you do a bigger weight, you use size 3s, and that's zip, 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 zip. It was so fast. So the colorway is Over the Rainbow. It's a 75% superwash merino and a 25% nylon. And the only thing I did differently with Kay's sock pattern, and it's free, so I could talk about it, is I did a 1x1 broken rib cuff. And I love that. It just has such a neat look to it and so polished, and I don't know, it just has more of a cool effect look to it. I love the 1x1. I guess that's what I'm into now. Then the heel, for the leg, how many, I think I did 31 rows for the leg. And for the foot, I did 26 rows. And for the heel, I did the slip stitch and gusset. And that's usually Kay's favorite way. I do a little bit different. I do like a little bit of a border on the edge, like 3 knit stitches on both sides, which I kind of like that look. And then I did do, as I was talking to other people about my big instep, I have such a high arch, I did do more rows on the heel flap so that I'd have more room, I guess, when I put in my sock, getting it on the gusset. It's still a little bit snug, but not like it was before. My next pair, I might even have to do more rows. I'm not sure if that's the answer, but I did it this time, and it is a little bit looser, and I did a rounded toe, and that is it. I love doing them. Here in Florida, a DK weight would just be too heavy, even when it gets cooler out. I don't know if I'm gonna give these to probably my sister up north, because she loves my socks. She's so knit worthy, and it's much colder up there. So I think these will be hers. Anyway, I'm going to see you soon, and I think I'm just going to give it to her. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. The next one is my last finished object. It's this camera doesn't want to do the right thing today. It's not being friendly. Anyway, I wanted to do this test knit because it was going to be fast, and I could always use it and give it as a gift. It's called the Puddle Ripple Hat, and it was a test knit for Knit and Kristen. And I said, perfect. And it was for a DK weight, and I had that in my stash because I used this yarn for a brioche hat. I made 2 different brioche hats, and I still had so much left over for another hat. So I used a size 4 and 6, 4 for the brim and 6 for the body. And the yarn is Malabrigo Arroyo. I love this yarn. It's a DK weight yarn. The colors, I don't have the band, but you can see pink, like an aqua kind of color, blue marine, and black. And what else can I tell you about it? I followed her pattern exactly. It's a easy, wonderful, beautiful written pattern. Check it out. I think it's coming out in the middle, I think in like next week. I'm not sure, but I know it's coming out soon. I finished it in a few days, so I test knitted, I sent it off to her, I posted on Instagram, and I'm done with it. But I think the release is like the middle of this month, maybe October 13th, I'm thinking. So around there. So check it out when it comes out. Such an easy, beautifully written pattern. Definitely good for a beginner because it's so well written. So anyway, this is the Puddle Ripple Hat by Knit and Kristen. And can I tell you anything else about it? That's it. So it'll be out soon. Let me try that. And it is slouchy on me. But you could do it as the body, the repeats, you could do as long or as short as you want. Come on, hat, get on there. I have a hair thing behind me, so yeah, it's a little slouchy and it's colorful, and it's a great hat for the winter. It can cover my ears. Again, I'm gonna gift this. I don't wear hats in Florida, but I do go up north. Maybe I will keep it. I do go up north. Matter of fact, we're gonna go up north during the holidays and to Oregon. So it's gonna be cold, and I definitely need a hat when I'm in those cold months. I never get to wear them here, so maybe it'll be mine. I'll just put it in my collection and pull it out when I need it. So that is it for my finished objects. Let's move on to works in progress. Okay, I got my first one that I have been somewhat addicted to. And I'll show it to you. It's getting big. And matter of fact, last night I tried it on very carefully. This is called, I'll show it to you, the Jeweled Cowl. It's, all right, hold on. I don't want these stitches coming off. Please don't come off because it's really squished up on here. It is a cowl. It's a beaded cowl. I can show it to you as close as can be. Look at those beads in there. It is so beautiful. I'm loving this. So anyway, this is a pattern, and I'm going to screw up her name. I'm sorry. But it's by Circulo Anne. I don't know if I said it right. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And the yarn that I'm using is by Little Wolf Knits. It's a special colorway for the Love and Stitches membership that I belong to by Nitty Natalie from the Love and Stitches podcast. And this is from her membership, the yarn by Little Wolf Knits, and it's called a special colorway for the group, Love and, wait, what is it? Oh my God, Love and Speckles. So anyway, I wanted to do something special with the yarn because it is for the membership, and it was named, mainly for the membership, Love and Speckles. And I've made this kind of cowl like years ago, like at least probably 10 years ago, and I loved it, and I always got compliments in it. So I said, you know what, with this yarn, I'm gonna do a special thing that I'm gonna wear when I go up north, and it can go with anything. It's just a very pretty, delicate, feminine looking cowl, and I think it's gonna look great. So the needles are size 8. Let me see what else I have here. The bead size is an 8. I could have probably gotten away with a size 6, but I didn't want it too heavy. The higher the bead, the higher the number of the bead, the smaller the hole is. So the one that I made before was a lace weight yarn. This is a fingering weight yarn. So I could have gotten away with a bigger bead, which would have been a size 6. This is a size 8, which is a smaller bead. So anyway, what else can I tell you about this? Just that I'm doing it in the round. And it's a free pattern. And all you do is this one section of beading. It really is only placing 14 beads on there. I tried using a beetle needle, which is has a tiny, tiny little crochet hook at the edge. It's not even a hook. Tiny little rivet to take the bead off and then pull it through the yarn. But it kept catching this wool. So my friend Esther, who's doing it with me because she wanted to learn how to do beading on this kind of a project, she saw that you could use a floss. I knew about it too, but I thought that would take up more time, and it does, to use this super floss, and you thread it through the stitch and pull the bead through it. It really is an easy process, but it takes longer. This is taking me a while, and I think I'll have it done by the next podcast, because I only have 9 more repeats to do, and this year I had to do 51. And I tried it on last night. I was afraid because there's yarn overs, because there is a lacy section, but I tried it on the row after the yarn overs, and it's still, I want it double wrapped, and it fits, but it's still snug here. So I thought maybe I could stop in a couple of rows, but no, I am going to go, as long as the yarn is there, I'm going to go down to the 51 rows and probably use up most of this skein of yarn, which I'm thrilled about, because it drives me crazy when I have a lot of leftover. Anyway, so this is it. Check it out, the Jeweled Cowl. That's the name of the pattern. You'll love the finished object. As timely as it is a beautiful cowl. Okay, my next finished object, this I got addicted to also, and I saw it and I had to have it. I bought the yarn. I got all of this stuff after I podcasted the last time. So I'm trying to get it out of this mishmash. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got scared. Okay, I saw this on, Instagram, my big enabler, and it is called the Mischievous Pumpkins. That's the name of the pattern. It's by Sandrine Voss. She has another name on Instagram, and I can't remember it. But anyway, it's a paid-for pattern, but the yarn, she was collaborating with Daisy Stitch Company. That's the yarn that I'm using, and she had the colorway that would go good with this pattern. I guess they kind of collaborated with that. So I got the set, the Mischievous Pumpkin sock set from Daisy Stitch Co., which is all this, and there was another color in there, a yellow, but I didn't want the yellow, and with the stripes of this pattern, I just wanted 3, even though I've seen pictures where they used only 2 of the colors. So I just did 3 colors. It is a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to tell you too much, but for the ribbing, I don't know if I followed the pattern or not, but I did the broken ribbing. I'm loving that. So look how cute these pumpkins are. Oh my gosh. And what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, a size 1 for the body and the stripes. I haven't finished it yet, as you can see. And for the color work, if you're a tight color work knitter like me, I'm very tight. You can go up a size, but I even found 1 size more is still too tight. So I go up a size, 2 sizes to a size 3 for this part. And I tried on, it's still a little snug, but that was before I did doing the heel. And then I went back to a size 1 for the stripes. And with the stripes that I'm doing every 2 rows, I'm switching for the color. And in between is the main color, which is this charcoal gray. Then, because it's stripes, I could have done a regular heel flap and cut for that. Not cut for that, like just put in a different color, the main color for the heel. But I said, you know what? I just want to keep going with the stripes. I don't want to have to think what stripe am I doing next after I do the heel flap or anything like that. I said, let me just mark in for a afterthought heel. So when I'm done with everything, the foot, I already did the leg, which is up to these markers. See here. Now I'm on to the foot part. And that I'm going to do, and with a rounded toe, and then I'll come back and I'll cut in for this afterthought heel. I just pick up stitches, pull out the yarn in the middle, and start doing the heel like you do a toe. And that's basically an afterthought heel. So that is what I'm doing with that, 2 stripes. People have done different ways of doing it, but this is the way I chose, and it's just so darn cute. So I will, hopefully by the time I speak again to you guys, I'll have the finished pair. So anyway, almost halfway done with the foot, and then once I get to the toe, boom, 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 very quick. Okay, so that is my knitted works in progress. Now I have a big one to show you, and I wasn't going to show you to this guy because it's so big, but I just want to show it to you because the next time I'm going to show it to you, it's going to be finished. So if you watched this before, you're probably wondering whatever happened to it. This is my 30 minutes of knitting most days because it's time consuming, it's big, and I don't want to work on it all day. I just want to give it the 30 minutes. This is my Mandela Afghan, and it is a kit that I got through Annie's kit, and they have kits there, and I saw somebody on a podcast start, and I was like, that is gorgeous. So I ordered it, and every month for 10 months, you get a kit, and you work on it that month. Well, obviously I didn't, because this is already a year ago. So this is something that's been in my stash for a while now because I stopped knitting, crocheting. It's a crocheted item, and it's so big, and I just do 30 minutes a day now. And I'm loving it, though. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is some of it. I can't even show you the whole thing, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But this is it. I just worked on this flower stitch section, which was really very simple. Some of it was a little tedious. This flower, these in the corners, oh my gosh, this got complicated. It's not hard. You follow tutorials, and then you also have to follow the written pattern too. She'll show you, but then you forget what to do. And then she says, continue in the same pattern for the rest of the row. So guess what? I had to read the pattern. And yeah, it does get a little complicated, but it's not hard. You just follow. This section with the flowers, oh my gosh, connecting that wasn't easy. But it's doable. It's definitely doable if you follow the tutorials, which is fantastic. I would do another kit with Annie's again because the tutorials are so excellent. So this is it. It started off round, as you can see, and then you end up doing like a rectangle. If I had to tell you how I did everything, I definitely would not be able to tell you, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just go through step by step. I'm on to kit 9. There's 10 of them. So every time you get to do a different section, it's like you're learning something new and fun. It's not boring. So this is a big crochet project. This is definitely a keeper for me. I was contemplating about giving away because I've been making so many blankets, but this is a work of art. I can't give this away to just anybody. So I'm going to keep it, and it's heavy. It is like, I would say like an Aran weight. It's heavier than worsted to me. So this is what I'm working on. The next time, I'm hoping that it'll be finished. I can't wait, and I'll be done with that. And to be honest with you, I really like doing these kits. I might do another one it was worth it. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully next time I'll have that as a finished object. My last and final one is a cross stitch. This is called, I saw it on a podcast because I also watch cross stitch podcasts, or they're called floss tubes. And this is like a little stitch along. I don't even know if I'll have it done in the time frame. I'm really not keeping up with what to do with it, but I ordered like a kit. It was so inexpensive. It was like $14 for the pattern, for the fabric that you work on, and for the floss that they give you. So it was worth it to me. Anyway, it's called Freaky Fair Isle, and it's by Pedal Pusher. That's but it's designed by Bobby Tingley. I guess it's through Pedal Pusher. Anyway, it's a little bat, and they give you, when I ordered it, this is upside down, isn't it? Yeah. I'm only on one section of the bat, and this is on black perforated paper. Not good to work at night. Oh my God. And that's when I do a lot of my stitching is at night, like from like 7 to 10 or sometimes till 12, whatever I can do. You know, in between I stop and do other things. The floss is, which is nice. I've never used it before. I'm sorry, I have to look at my notes. Weeks Dye Works, I think it's called. Yeah. Okay, it's Freaky Fair Isle is the name of the pattern, and the floss is Weeks Dye Works, and the colorway is ultraviolet, and it's on the black perforated paper. So what I do is at night, because it's so hard to see, and believe me, I have a light, a stand-up table, not table light, a floor lamp that looks down on it, but I do put like close by, like on my lap, like a very light towel, so I can see through the holes better. It's tough doing black, just like knitting with black yarn. Same thing with black fabric. It's hard to see. So yeah, so when I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna finish it. I don't know when, and then I'm gonna cut around it, put black felt on the back of it, and then I bought at the dollar store like a big wooden moon, and I'm going to paint that yellow. Make it kind of like a spooky moon, and then I'll glue this onto the moon. Yeah, just an idea. I'm trying to get more creative with how I finish things, because I'm not a great finisher, but something like that I think I could do, you know, with the felting in the back and gluing it on that. And I'm going to enlist Bill, so he gets involved with my crafting a little bit. He could paint the moon. At least I feel like he's, you know, being a part of my crafty world, you know. So that's it for finished objects. Works in progress. Let's move on to acquisitions. Okay, I have a few acquisitions, and they are so fun. The first one is through the Love and Stitches membership with Natalie from Nitty Natty and Love and Stitches podcast. She did she went to Ruby and Roses, which is a dyer in, I think, Indiana. And she went and they wanted to dye a particular yarn for the Love and Stitches members. So she did a video, and they showed how the whole dyeing process of the colorway that we all got to vote on. We all said what we wanted in a colorway, and of course, the majority wins of what it was. So they dyed it while we were live at the studio at Ruby Roses. Her name is Addie or Addison, and the whole process. And I said, I'd like to get it. So once it was done, we could order it. The Love and Stitches members ordered it, and it didn't disappoint, because when you watch it on a video, you really can't see exactly how it's going to be in live action when you get it. When I got it, I thought it was stunning. It has like a sparkle in there. Look how beautiful this is by Ruby Roses. Now, we all picked this colorway, voted on it, what we wanted, and the colorway is called Love and Roses, which is so cute, like partly Love and Stitches and partly Ruby and Roses. So we all voted on the name, which is Love and Roses. And I think I voted for that name too. And it's her rose gold base. Now she's got quite a few different bases you could order on. But of course I wanted the fingering weight one. And this one is 80% superwash merino, 15% gold, stellina, 15% nylon, and then there's gold stellina, 5%, which makes that sparkle. See there? A little spark. It is gorgeous. First of all, I love green, so that's already a no-brainer for me. But these colors, the way they mix, oh my gosh, I don't know what to make with it. I don't know. I don't know. Another cowl, because I love, if I was to be in warm weather, I definitely love cowls the most. I don't know what to do with it. Any suggestions, comment below to do this gorgeous yarn. I just don't want to do something that I'm not going to have use for it. Anyway, I don't know. It's gorgeous. It really is. And with me, anything with sparkle, you have me sold. Anyway. Okay, the next thing that I purchased, because I got enabled, well, I saw the cutest coasters by Heidi and Lana of ghosts. I'm going to put a picture in here once I edit this stuff, and you'll see how cute they are. So I bought the pattern, and then I ordered the yarn that goes with it. They're minis. I'm trying to think what size minis they are. They are 25 grams a piece. These are the colors, and they're by Heidi and Lana, and they have, like I said, 25 grams, 100% merino, and what else about it? It's her Homestead DK base. So it's a DK base yarn. So I'm going to make these coasters. They have ghosts. Oh, they're so cute. I hope I have time to do before this Halloween. If not, this next Halloween always comes next year. I can't wait. And then, if I like them so much, maybe I'll gift them to people. We'll see. These are the colors, and I don't know how I'll do it. I'll look at her pattern, and I'll see how I want to make the coasters. So that's from Heidi and Lana. And the next one I have, again, I got so enabled. I saw on, whether it was Facebook or Instagram, Hypnotic Yarn does these Yarnable subscription boxes. And I've been having it home. Oh, they look so nice. Do I want to do it? Another subscription box? I just got done with a subscription box. I canceled it a few months ago. Do I want to do another one? But then when I saw she had an extra bonus in there, and I was like, oh, I want that so bad. Like they were these cute little needle stoppers of Halloween. And that was going to be an extra bonus if you ordered this box, subscription box. So I said, this is the time to do it then. So I did, and it really isn't terribly expensive. It's no more than what I was paying with my other subscription box with Yarn. So I did it. So I'm going to show you, pardon the crinkly, but it's all in here because I wanted to show you what it is. First, I'll show you the yarn, which is so Halloween-like. You know, this is the October Yarnable. If you haven't gotten it, look away. But I think most people have gotten it by now. And if you don't want to see, this is the time to go scoot away. And then I'm just going to be going on to my life adventures. If you don't want to stick around, thank you for watching me. I'm so happy and grateful that you took your time out to do it. And I'll see you again. If you want to stick around and see the coolest subscription box, you're here. I'm here for it. Okay, here we go. This is the yarn by Yarnable. So Halloween-y. Let me see. It's called Spellbound. It's her plush sock weight. And I didn't read too much of it. 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. It is so cool. I don't know what I'll do with this. This just might go in my stash because I have so much Halloween to do. It came in this nice little bag, which you could recycle and use for other things. Then this came a little like notion pouch, but it had something in it, and I'll show you in a minute. But what really sold me, wait, I won't do that yet. Wait, along with the yarn, I'll show you what sold me at the end. Was a black pom-pom. So maybe that would go good with this thing. Maybe a hat with the pom-pom. I don't know, but it's a nice pom-pom, and I love the attachable thing it has on it. So it's called Nor'easter Pom-Poms. How cute is that? A nice pom-pom. I loved this subscription box. For the first time, it is excellent. So much stuff. Then the Notion bag. Then in it, see, right up my alley, a little cross-stitch box in here. It's a little tiny little pattern of this pumpkin. I'm not going to undo it. It's so tiny. With a little bit of fabric and some floss, and you make this little pumpkin. Isn't that adorable? So that's like a quick palette cleanser, a quick fix, especially for someone like me who loves to cross-stitch in between all my knitting and crocheting. This is a great little thing to do, doing that. So, this is it. This is what pushed me over the edge to get the subscription box. And now, because it's so much stuff for this, I'm so excited that now I can't wait for the next one. Anyway, this is what, I know I keep saying anyway, I gotta stop. This is what sold me. She had these needle stoppers. Look at these little bats. She had ghost ones, skeleton ones, and I was like, I want those. They're so cute for Halloween. And so this is what I saw. I was like, now's the time. And then these other ones, just the different Halloween color ones that you can put on. But the bats are so cute. I mean, she had different ones, and you got what you got. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. So I had no idea I was going to get bats, but I love them. And now it really goes with my Fair Isle bat that I'm making with my cross-stitching. So I'm really in the Halloween mood this year. I decorated, back to, my little gnome he's sleeping. Get up, Mr. Gnome. My little gnome, he's falling down. I made him last year, and believe me, that was not fun, some of that hat part, that was not fun. But anyway, I'm all about Halloween this year, and this really got me so excited. So that is it for my acquisitions. Let's move on to life adventures. Okay, not a heck going on here for the last couple of weeks. In the future, I got things, but right now, not too much. So what did we do? Well, one day, I was invited to my friend Jane's 80th birthday party, or it really wasn't like a party, it was like a luncheon. So it was at a nice restaurant, and we got to celebrate with her, have lunch with her. She wore the same sweater that I made, the knus. She made it in pink, beautiful. That was her treat to herself to wear on her birthday. And so we celebrated with Jane, a bunch of us celebrated. Then what else did I do? Oh, this weekend, very close by, like 5-minute drive, there was an outdoor concert, free. I love it. We bring our own lunch, or not lunch, dinner. We bring some wine or some beer with Bill, and they have food trucks there too, so you can walk around, and if you want something else, they even sell some alcoholic beverages too. But we opted to bring our own stuff. We met some friends there, and it was just a lovely night, and you're underneath this big, like, it's an arena where if it rains, you're covered. It was on turf, so the bugs don't get at you, and you just listen to music, and there's lights. So I was able to knit, a little bit on my Mischievous Pumpkins, and it was just a beautiful night to do that. So we did that, and it always makes you feel good. You come home, then we watched a documentary. I'll tell you about that in my TVs and movies, whatever. Then I went to the yarn shop. Football season's in full-fledged now, so Bill likes to do that. I said, well, I'm going to go to the yarn shop and hang out with my friends while you do that. So I went there for a couple of hours and just, knitted a little bit. You don't do much, and talked a lot and whatnot. So that's basically it. Otherwise, just knitting, crocheting, cross-stitching, doing, whatever, household cleaning, chores, and with a little spice of some fun stuff. So what we're watching, finished Secession. Love that series. That's on HBO Max. Bill wasn't crazy about the ending of how it ended. I didn't mind it at all, but it was, family drama, dysfunction, and all that kind of stuff, in TV drama. So check out that one. That was on HBO Max. That's a TV series. Then I'm watching, because I liked it for the last couple of seasons, Virgin River, and I just finished that last night. I love that. That's my kind of show where it's not too terribly violent, not too terrible, sex exploitation, which I don't mind, but I like a show that makes you feel good and also has some drama in it, and I liked it. And then we watched, because Bill wanted to watch it, when we came home from the concert. We never know what to watch anymore. I always looking for suggestions. If you guys have any suggestions, put it down there. But he wanted to watch the documentary. It was on Prime Video of the Kelci, Jason Kelci and his brother. That was really good. I mean, I'm not into football. I'm definitely not an Eagles fan because, I don't watch football to begin with. And I'm a New Yorker, even though I live in Florida. And he's from Philadelphia. But it was a good documentary. It was so real about the life of this Jason Kelci. And when he taped it, it was really like his real life. Like you felt like nothing was propped or prepped for it. And I really loved watching it. And it was short and sweet. So it wasn't like a long documentary. So check that out on Prime Video. If you have heard of the Kelci brothers, I think the other one is Dating Taylor Swift. That's what Bill says. I don't know. I'm not up on that kind of stuff. So it was a good documentary. So that is it. That's what's been going on. I won't ramble on. Thank you for watching me. I really have such gratitude that you are my community that I just love talking with and love getting feedback. If you really like this episode, give me a like. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching. I wish you love and peace in your life. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.